What the fuck is happening, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to the goddamn show. Holy fuck, I am tired. I'm tired. I don't know why. I do not know why. I'm a napper. I'm a midday. I'll nap at the drop of a hat. It's not that I'll fall asleep at the drop of a hat, but I will lay down and I will fall into a deep slumber. I'm almost ready all the time to sleep. It's fucked up. I'm not like narcoleptic like Kevin Yepes. Kevin Yepes will actually fall asleep anywhere at any given time. I'm not that bad, but if there's some days where I wake up and I feel like I didn't sleep very well, and I will go right the fuck back to sleep, even after I slept 8 hours. Or there'll be a night where I slept great, 8-9 hours, and I'll wake up and I'm like, I'll literally do something for 2 hours and then just go back to sleep like a scumbag. Yeah, I do that. I do that from time to time. Yep, me, I do it. It's part of the reason why I don't want a job. Part of the reason why I don't want like a regular fucking job. I mean, I'm able to do that shit. I'm able to go on bike rides in the middle of the week. I'm able to do all these things. Yeah, name 2 things. All these phenomenal fucking things. I can ride a bike. I can take a nap. It's great. Can't do that with a job. Can't. Cannot ride a bike or take a nap when you have a job. It's crazy. But anyway, thank you all again for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed last week's episode, especially my wrestling nerds. My wrestling nerds had something good for y'all with Mr. Carl Adams. Big thanks to him for coming on. There's some people that their whole life is something. Like their whole life is, for that guy, it was wrestling. His embodiment, his purpose was to come out and just change and add to the sport of wrestling as much as he could. So it was great to speak to a guy like that. You don't get to meet people of that caliber so often. You know what I'm saying? People who are so tunnel vision focused. Because that guy, to become a national champion twice, especially on one of the greatest teams that's ever been, to be a star on that team, there's got to be something crazy. You know, you got to... There's something focused there. There's a lot of focus. There's a lot of shit to admire from a guy like that. So great to have spoken to him. Other than that, I mean, I feel like I had some peanut butter crackers before this. And I feel like I'm in the microphone a lot. So I apologize for that. But anyway, this past weekend has been great. I've spoken about it on here already, but there's definitely an uptick in like the restaurant industry and the service industry, and I fucking hate it. I hate it because it's just deepening the trap that is being a front of house worker in a restaurant or working in a restaurant in general. Again, I have close to no admiration for people in the front of the house other than the experiences that we share, right? I understand that, you know, you run amok and it's crazy, but there's no skill. I mean, you get people skills, you get, you know, I may be contradicting myself from before when I've said you gain so much from, you know, working in a restaurant. But that's just me saying that every opportunity there's something to be taken from it. You guys know that. That's a theme that I talk about. But front of house, it's like you're just a scumbag, if you're being honest. You know what I'm saying? You're just running around. You're just a lackey. You know, and it's shitty to look at it that way. But I've been doing it so long and so consistently that like my days are numbered, especially at the place that I work at. But like I could see myself being a bartender at a little bar, like I kind of am on Sundays. I could see myself doing that for a few more years. But as far as serving and running around like an asshole and doing that, that's the motherfucker knocking to say, hey, don't show up to that job no more. You follow what I'm saying? That's, hey, buddy, that's the guy in the back of my head who's wearing his hat this way, right? Just a little different. And he just wants to be like, man, leave that motherfucking job. You can get another motherfucking job. And it's like, I know. It's burning me the fuck out, man. I don't like it. It was fun when I was younger. I'm not old, but I'm 24. Like, I got the job when I was a freshman in college. So 19, you know what I'm saying? October of 2016, I was 19. 19 to 24. That's 5 years, man. That's 5 years of being a server. And that's the longest I've had any job ever since I was a kid. It's the longest I've had any job. And I'm tired of it, man. There's an uptick, and it's brutal. You'd think I'd be jumping up and down for that. Like, yeah, making money, and it's good. The money's good. But, you know, when you've seen 47 people in a matter of 2.5 hours, and you've spoken to them, and there's just an endless supply of bodies just lumbering around. Can I get the chicken parm with the extra cheese? And can I please have another Bud Light because I have the palate of a 16-year-old? Please. That's what I'm walking around dealing with. That's what it ceases to amaze me when someone walks into a restaurant and they still don't understand how restaurants work. How long have restaurants been around? The first restaurant in the world, I mean, what, 300 years ago? Maybe, right? Maybe a little more. No, the oldest restaurant, I think, in the country is in Newport, actually. It was made in like the 1600s, mid to late 1600s. And, but anyway, my point is, people still don't understand how restaurants work. They don't understand. They don't get it. People just come in. Looks like they're all stroke victims, all of them. Table. People come up to me. I'm outside wearing a black suit and an apron, talking to people, writing things down. Does it look like I can seat you anywhere? Have you been to a restaurant? Have you ever gone into a fucking eatery, an establishment that serves food? Have you ever been in one where you sit down and eat? You don't ask me. You ask the dishwasher. You got to go in the back. You got to go find the dishwasher. Say, hey, sir, is there anywhere we could sit? If we're going to be just morons here, if we're just going to be stupid fucking brain dead people here, I might as well tell you that. So for anybody that's never been to a restaurant, you got to find the dishwasher in the back if you want somewhere to sit. But no, I mean, there was this, it looked like a mother and son. And let me tell you that the apple did not fall far from the tree with this one. There's, at the restaurant I work at, there's a menu outside, like on the wall. It's covered by glass, like you can read it and whatever. And they're standing in front of it. And the lady goes, can I have a menu? That's how she sounded. This lady sounded like someone was like tickling her feet the whole time she talked. That's how she's talking to me. And I'm like, oh, no, there's one right here. Yeah, menu, you standing right in front of it, you dumb bitch. And she's like, oh, no, I can't see that. I can't see that. And there's a light, right? Like, I'm not talking about like a light over us or anything. Like, the menu's in a case on the wall, and there's a little tiny light inside that shines down on it. So you can see it, you're just not trying, if we're being honest. You know, you're just not, you want to hold something, you just want to be annoying. You just want to annoy me right now because I have, 25 people that want 25 things a piece. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that math is, but that's a lot of shit. And everybody wants something, everybody needs something, everybody feels neglected no matter how often you go to, and everyone's going to be upset and this and that and blah, blah, blah. So please, lady. Please, go in the restaurant. Why are we outside having a conversation? I understand there's seats and there's tables and people are out here having a good time. But what the fuck? Like, why are you talking to me outside of a restaurant? If this wasn't going on, would you talk to somebody outside of a restaurant? Would you, if I went outside, if I smoked cigarettes and I went outside and I smoked a cigarette and you were like walking along, you and your stupid family, you guys were walking, where are we gonna eat? Let's ask this guy. Let's see if he knows absolutely everything about this. Sir, what coat of paint was the first coat of paint on those walls in there? We want to know, because if it's any color that resembles green or yellow or that light brightish color, we can't do it. Even if it's covered, we can't do it. You know, white bothers us too, so we got to know. But no, this lady, you know, she's just bugging me. She's bugging me outside. These people have these arbitrary requests. That was my point. These people have these arbitrary nonsense requests, and they don't know how restaurants work. So I'm standing outside telling this lady, okay, I'll get you one. So I say to the hostess, hey, could you go bring them whatever? There's two idiots outside. They don't know their ass from their elbow. It looks like they'd get lost walking to the store. So let's help these poor bastards out. Let's feed them. Let's see what we can do. So now they're at the restaurant I work at. There's no way to get outside other than the front door, because everybody's sitting outside in the front of the restaurant. They shut the street down. Everybody's sitting outside of the front of the restaurant, and there's no easy way to get out there other than through the front door. So I go through the front door. We all go through the front door. Anyone that needs to go outside goes to the front door. This lady is standing in the fucking way, like right there, reading a menu. Hey. Like I said, that's her doing, her face all squinted and fucked up with her glasses, putting them on, putting them off. Like, why don't you just have this kid read it to you? It seems like you're reading some biological thesis written by some doctor at Columbia University. That's what it looks like you're reading. If somebody was walking by, they'd be like, wow, that seems like a strong piece of literature that woman's reading. Look at that. She's got to go back, double back. Must be small print. Little to their knowledge that if they walked up on her, they'd see her reading, is that saltimbocca? Chicken? Carbonara? Boy. It's just terrible. It's terrible. So this lady's in the way. She's just in the way as much as possible. Like, some people and a lot of customers in restaurants are great at being in the way. That is their only positive, if there was one. If you looked at it as a positive. If something happened in a restaurant, and there was something bad going on in the back, and everyone had to go out the front, but you didn't like everyone that was in the back, then all the customers in the front could be in the way while they're trying to run out from the murderer or the fire or whatever's going on in the back. But if you wanted those people in the back to get killed, then those customers have a phenomenal, phenomenal purpose in this restaurant. Other than that situation, customers, they're in the way. They're in the way all the time. Standing, waiting for tables. Go somewhere else. We're on a street full of restaurants. Go stand in someone else's way. Please, not my way. I'm very much not in my backyard. Please don't bring that shit to me. I hate it. I hate when people are used to doing things elsewhere and then they come and try and do it with me. I'm going to set your ass straight. You're not going to wave me down. Hey, yeah. Keep doing that, motherfucker. I'll chop your fingers off. I'm walking right past you. I'll go in the back. I'll get the biggest blade. Shunk. Looks like I'm making sushi with it. Shunk, right off. I'll lop the tips of your fingers off, bro. Don't wave me down. Don't do none of that shit. Because that's not what I'm here. I'm not your servant. That's the other thing. So that lady with her son, they finally get a table. They've been there for 2 minutes. Really not that long. And I'm walking back and forth, doing things, whatever. And she's, where do I order? Where do you order? You're here. You're here. This is where you order. This is a restaurant. You're at a table. This is actually where you order. There's no secret, oh, a server hasn't came to you yet. Oh, so there's this new thing that we do when we sit down. It's called waiting. It's called waiting. You ever been to a restaurant? There's a lot of waiting that has to be done. You wait for a table, right? You sit down, you wait for your server to come over. You wait for them to bring the drinks you ordered. You wait for them to bring the food. Then you wait for them to bring the check. And then you wait to fucking leave, okay? You wait for your car at the valet. There's a lot of waiting in a restaurant. And this is what I'm saying. People have lost what it means to wait. People don't know how restaurants work. People don't know how restaurants. So this lady's waving me down, and I walked right past her. She's, hey, take the shit out of your mouth, lady. That's what I said as I walked by. Take the shit out of your mouth, would you? If I said that, I wouldn't have gone to work the next day. Sometimes I feel like it would be so romantic. It would be a great way to depart from my time as a service worker. The day that it happens, I think it'd be great to just explode on somebody, especially at this restaurant, because I've been there for so long and they trust me with so much that it would mean so much to me as a person and in my heart and in my soul to just shit on somebody bad, just bad. Whatever my last table, anytime I do something for the last time, I always, something goes wrong. Something goes sideways. There's some whatever, there's a problem every time. Not only at work, in school, in whatever else, hobbies, anything. The last thing I do is it's always a problem. There's always a problem. So if my life continues this trend of problematic endings, then it should be fun. Something fun should happen on my last day. We can brainstorm. Maybe I deny the table service after they've asked me a simple question. I think that would be cool. If they ask for anything other than what's being provided, I'm just not going to do it. And if they have a problem with it at the end, then we can get in a good provocative situation. Yes, that sounds good. Like, for example, we don't, the place I work at has calamari. We don't give marinara sauce with it. I hate talking about this stuff. Like, I hate talking about, the intricacies of working in a restaurant, unless you're a chef and you're actually a creator of something. But a lot of people in this restaurant aren't really. I'm forget it. I was gonna say something not great. Some of them listen to this. But if you're in the back of the house, you have a, it's different. You have a craft. You're working on something. It's coming out. Front of the house, I have no respect for. It's just a bunch of, anybody could do it. Momos. You know what I'm saying? Then you could say, anybody could work on a line. Yeah, okay, maybe. But it's much more of a craft. It's much more of a craft. I'm out there speaking to people. I'm being a liaison. Sure, whatever. Anyone can do that shit. But like I was saying, calamari don't come in no red sauce. So when people ask for it, it's a whole nother step. You realize that when you're working in the front. You don't want to add all these nonsense steps. This guy wants ice. This guy wants sugar. It's all extra stuff that's not part of what you're doing on a normal table, on a non-needy table. So instead of bringing over the marinara sauce, I'll just say, yeah, I gotcha, and just never do it. So I think that'll be cool. And I'll just keep doing that over and over. And I'll never get it. I'll never get what they want me to get. And it'll just be very frustrating for them. And I'll forget each time. I'll be like, oh, God. Oh. Come up with some fake story. I got hit in the head as a child. I very often forget where I am. So I ran down to the kitchen. I said, what? Why am I? This is a restaurant? What am I doing? What's going on? Why am I in the back of a restaurant? This is illegal. I can't do this. And then someone said, Antonio, you're working. And I said, oh, shit. And then I remember I had a table. I came up and then now we're here and you're wondering where the marinara is. And it's just, I'm sorry. And I would love to fuck up someone's night like that. That would be awesome. That would be great. I've said it on here, guys. I love being a nuisance. I love fucking with people. I love to fuck with people. But when I'm at work, I work, and there's mostly not a lot of fucking around because I don't like being there. When I was younger, yeah, I would mess around and do fun things and whatever else. But now it's like I come in, I come out, I get my money, and that is it. I work for my money, and that is it. I don't have any attachment to any of these jobs. I don't have any attachment to some made-up, camaraderie that we've all come together. I don't have any attachment to that. Yes, we die, we go to war, we fucking, and I can appreciate it. But I don't care nearly enough to sit down with everyone and drink and complain. And that's what happens in a restaurant. Everybody sits and complains and bitches about things while they feed their growing alcohol addiction. It is. That's what a restaurant is. That's what, for people who have never worked in a restaurant and think that it's so, this is, wow, every place, highfalutin, low class, they all do the same shit at the end of the shift. They complain and they drink. They give the restaurant the money that they just made. Even when I would go out and drink, or hang out with everybody, I wouldn't drink at the bar that we work at. What the fuck? Why would I do that? Unless it was free, and it never was. So, what the fuck? Why would I do that? Why would I give the money that I just ran around? I just made this place money. A company is nothing without its workers. You know what I'm saying? I just made this place however much money they made, right? For last night, me alone, I did $2,000. $2,000 amongst 47 people or something. That's pretty significant. You follow what I'm saying? Most there's, scales. It's scalable. That's a restaurant on the hill. But nonetheless, we just worked for you. And now we're going to give you even more of our money that we just worked. Like, we worked for it. They gave us extra money that belongs to us. Belongs to us, belongs to the bar, belongs to the bussers. Belongs to the food runner. They get that money. We get that money. Why are you sitting there and paying them? Why? Because you get a 20% discount? Big fucking deal. There should be a whole discount. You should be able to get a free fucking drink. You follow what I'm saying? Especially at a place like that. Running like a crazy bastard, running all around. You should be able to at least get a free drink, free meal. Fuck that. There's no shot. I'd rather pay more somewhere else. Sounds stupid, but I would. I'd rather pay more. It's the principle. It's the idea in my mind that I just worked for these guys and now I'm going to pay them? I'm going to pay them for a beverage? Go fuck yourself. I am good on all of that. I'm good on the lifestyle. I'm good on the aura of being a server and this thing that it's like we're like Wild West. We work at night. We fucking, we get hammered. We come in stoned, which I do still. But we do all these things. Yeah. That's good. That's great. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. And the best thing you can do is become a manager. Whoop-de-motherfucking do. And I'm talking about front of house, strictly. If you're a culinary person and, you really care about that stuff and you really care about hospitality, then that's something that I admire. If you care about hospitality in the front of the house, we need those people too. Managers, really, really good servers and bartenders and that type of thing. Those people really do care. But there's also a lot of people who are really good at that job and they don't care. They don't. And that's where I'm at. I don't care. You can fire me. But anyway, that was my. I didn't really have much to. I didn't know exactly what I was going to say when I came on here, so a lot of that stuff just kind of came out. Like I said, it's always something to talk about. It's always something to talk about my time doing terrible jobs that I hate, because hopefully some people can laugh at my pain. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to take the pain of everybody's day and give it to me. Put it on my back and break my spine in shreds, in pieces, in little tiny pieces. Shatter my spine with all of your pain and laugh at mine. Laugh at mine. It's so much better. Just some asshole talking on a microphone all by himself. Nobody around. For you, for your entertainment, for your happiness, for your laughter, for all that stuff. And that's what it is. We got some new things happening in my life. I'm not going to say it's really one thing. I didn't even talk about, I went to go see Tim fucking Dillon. I went to go see Tim Dillon live. That shit was crazy. That shit was awesome. That was the first time I've ever seen a professional, nationally known comedian do their thing. I have never seen that before. I've only seen I've been to comedy showcases, if that makes sense, of like local guys. But to see someone like Tim Dillon do a show like that, if people haven't seen something like that, that's probably why they don't see the art that is stand-up comedy. Because that guy went up there and blew the house down concisely, efficiently, like the words were perfect. There was no, if somebody screamed some shit, he didn't even pay attention to it. He was just saying his thing, doing his thing, and it was phenomenal to witness. It was phenomenal to witness. I had to get that out there because Tim Dillon is one of my favorite comedians now. I'd probably say he's in my top 5, maybe. I'm not sure, ever. But he killed it. He killed it. He did a great job, and it was inspiring to see. It was inspiring to see someone at that level. You know, someone who's done it for 10 years and really knows what the fuck they're doing. That was inspiring just to get to that point with anything. You know, just to get to that point with anything. So, like I said, there's going to be some... I had to get that out there first, the Tim Dillon thing, because it was so much fun and it was great. And thank you, baby, for getting the tickets. Yay. Shout out to Caroline. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. And some new shit's going to be happening. It's going to be happening under the radar for a little while. I'm not going to say what it is, what's going on. It's going to be happening under the radar for a while. Maybe at the end of the year, I'll tell you guys about it. Maybe I won't. Maybe more people. Maybe before then. But it's going to be under wraps because, again, I'm the type of person who once I start telling people things, then I get worried because people are going to remember. And if I don't do exactly what I said I would do, then now I look like an asshole. I look like a liar and all these things. I look like someone who faulted on their shit. And I wrestle with that idea and the other idea, like, oh, fuck it. Just, who cares what other people think? But the who cares what other people think sometimes can be a bit of a cop-out, Sometimes I, for the most part, don't care what people think. But when it comes to a new endeavor and something new, people have this idea like, oh, this guy's gonna... It's either, oh, this guy does 1,000 things and whatever else, who gives a fuck? He stops them and, there's that. Or people are going to think something, wow, this guy's doing this. Oh, shit, this is going to be great. And then if it doesn't pan out how it does in their fucking stupid mind, then, you're a loser and you're this and that, whatever. And I don't care about any of that. But nonetheless, that was just a very long way of explaining why I don't... It was a convoluted way of explaining why I don't want to go ahead and share this news with you guys. Plus, there's some things we don't need to share. We don't got to tell our whole plan. We don't got to show our whole hand. You know what I'm saying? I try to tell that to my brother. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to share absolutely everything. I'm out here being transparent, and that's what I preach. But you don't need to share everything about your plans. I'm transparent about how I feel and what I do and my life because I feel like I can relate to some people, or some people can relate to what I'm saying. But as far as plans and that type of thing, keep that shit to yourself, man. Keep it to yourself because the more you say, the more people can tear you down. you know? And you can say that you don't give a fuck about it and you don't care, but you care a little bit. You care a little bit, and I care a little bit. So we can be real with each other, but sometimes when I'm planning some shit, it's staying under wraps, and I'm the only one that's going to know about it, me and maybe one or two other people. I probably won't even tell my parents about it, if I'm being honest. But it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be great. Just like the show. And look at that. We're done. We're finishing this bad Larry up today. I hope you enjoyed my little rant on the service industry and how shitty it can be. And that is it, guys. That's it. I'm burnt out from it. I'm ready to move on. I hope my days are numbered as a server. So new things are on the horizon. Not the immediate horizon, but new things will be coming. Like I said, I'm working on something that I've been evading and working on, but evading, you know. But anyway, that's it. I'm done talking. Follow me. Follow the show. Follow me on all the social media, Instagram, Twitter. Subscribe to the show on here. Like, comment, tell your friends. Write a review. Scratch your balls. Do whatever you want. But do it in the name of the Smoking Simian, please. If you're going to scratch your balls, just scream, I love the Smoking Simian as you do it. And that'll make me happy. I'll feel something. I'll know it. I'll know it. It's like when God is just getting bombarded with prayers in his head. I'll know when someone, you know, I love the Smoking Simian, and you just hear the scratching. I'll hear that in my head. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for everything you all do. And I'll talk to you on Thursday with another great episode. Peace.